Welcome back again, folks. It's Year in Review Part 3. And for this video, we've got some more of our really good friends from around the web sharing what they really enjoyed this year. So let's go see.
What's going on, everybody? So when thinking of my favorite piece of gear from 2021, it was actually kind of tough. So instead, I thought personally, what was the most impactful would be a better description. And for me, that's easy. It's the Intro Psych. And after years of being away from the world of Eurorack, from a productivity standpoint, this module really brought some much needed sonic inspiration to my setup. Inside, it's got the 4 voices of analog goodness, and it's got a super easy to understand module layout. So something for me. And my favorite feature is actually diatonic mode, and you can get major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, diminished, 4 voice harmony, all in 12 HP. So anyway, here is the Psych playing through the Strymon Star Lab, just a lovely sounding module.
Hello there, my name is Beau and I run the synth and music production channel Beau Beats, and if I'm to pick one piece of gear that has meant a lot to me this year, it's definitely the Machina Plus from Native Instruments. Definitely my most used piece of equipment of 2021, and this is the new limited edition ultraviolet one, but there's also the standard one. So the reason why I like Machina so much, even though there are other products, samplers that can do similar things, is because it's extremely fast and quick to get stuff going on it, to make a beat, to make some music on it. So I brought it with me on vacation. I'm producing my next album mainly using the Machina Plus and the Machina Mark III. So here's some new music that I'm working on with the Machina Plus, and thank you Perfect Circuit for having me on as a guest.
Everybody, my name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording, and my pick for the 2021 Perfect Circuit wrap-up is the Patching Panda Ephemera Eurorack module. So what is it? It is a 2-channel CV and audio recorder and looper and slicer. And, most of us are familiar with slicing audio, but this thing can record control voltage, slice it, and play it back at different speeds and different directions. And that means you can use it to sequence modulation in really, really cool ways. You can also use it to sample and remix 1 volt per octave melody control voltage, which is really, really fun. So basically, you can put a melody into this thing, slice it up, and then remix it and spit it back out into your rack in any way that you want. Since you can change the speed and direction of the control control voltage playing back, you get just a wild reinterpretation of either the modulation or the melody that you put into it, which is super, super fun. And if that wasn't enough, it also does like 4 seconds of audio, and it's very immediate. And when you get to slicing that sampled audio and playing it back, things can get really, really wild in a fun way, especially because it'll do reverse. One of the things that separates Eurorack from me from working in like a DAW or a regular synthesizer is the ability to decouple my sequences from modulation, from pitch data. The ephemera really delivers on that in a really interesting way. So for fun, for simplicity, and for experimentation, the Patching Panda ephemera gets my vote for the 2021 Fun Little Eurorack Module Award. That's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful day.
In recent years, it really felt like we've been in a golden era if you're into your synths, and 2021 has been no different. There's just so many new cool things on the market. You've just saved up for one, and the next one appears. What do you go for? Well, there's 2 standout ones in 2021 for me, and both of them are modern interpretations of classics. So the first one I've got here is the Waldorf M. What is it with Waldorf and all the Bond references? Yeah, what is it with Waldorf and all the Bond references? But this thing really is gorgeous. It's like a modern take on the PPG wave, and it's just fabulous. We can do really complex, lovely, evolving pads as things sweep through those wavetables, going through the analog filters in this, and it can also sound like this. And my second choice, and the one that just about beats the Waldorf to the top position, is the Sequential Take 5. And this seemed to come out of absolutely nowhere. It's a 5-voice VCO from Sequential. So it's a bit of a modern take on the Prophets, and I've had this up against my Prophet 5, Prophet 6 and a vintage Prophet 600, and it held its own against all of those. It's not identical, of course it's not, but for $1,300 it's staggering value. And actually the form factor, the fact that it's not 5 octaves, the fact that I can get rid of my Prophet 6 and put this on the shelf and the Waldorf M on the same stand means an awful lot, makes a big difference. So this thing, it's just gorgeous. And that's without any effect. It's one of my favourite Prophet 5 style sounds. This does it with ease. Who'd have thought a few years ago we'd get a new 5-voice VCO from Sequential for $1,300. Absolute bargain. Absolutely love it. So that's my top spot for 2021. Let's hope there's more in 2022, and let's hope 2022 is a little bit less frustrating than 2021 and 2020 for us all. So I will see you next year.
Hello there, my name is Liam Killen. I'm a creator, synth machine guy, and I'm very active on YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram. And if you're interested in what I do, make sure to check out my page, which is linked in the description of this video. Huge thank you to Perfect Circuit for including me in this video as well. My setups are usually quite clean, so it's a bit of a messy one here today, and the focus is the JU06A, possibly one of the market's simplest synths. I've had a lot of fun with this synth this past year, and for me it's the sequencer that really shines. In this example, it's sort of a piece of the puzzle. I would say maybe the biggest piece of the puzzle. I've got the TR6S, which will be playing a very simple kick drum just to keep a rhythm going, and then we've got the beloved Microcosm, which everyone just keeps asking me about. So we're all synced up here. The brain of the operation is the TR6S, so that's where the tempo's coming from. Let's go ahead and give this setup a go. but the ins and outs of what I'm doing with the JU06A. I'm actually going to change patterns here just to keep it fresh, which doesn't really matter because I'm using the same technique anyway. The key is these three buttons here, so chord, hold, as well as arpeggio. These are all armed, and so this is what I get within this sequence. You also have an option of switching chord qualities if you'd like. Try something with a full beat now. I'm just going to turn on the microcosm, see what happens. Very juicy combo, but I always like to be real. There is a major limit with the sequencer on the JU06A. You're not able to program and chain sequences together. That's something that you have to switch manually. So if I want to jump to the next sequence, I have to hold start and then press the next sequence. So unless you're doing something repetitive with the JU06A, it takes up a lot of your energy and your hands. So there is a limit there. In any case, that's what I have for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Another big thank you to Perfect Circuit for including me in this series, and hope to see you guys in another video.
Hello, best musical item of 2021. This is Knobs. What did I enjoy this year? A drum module. I enjoyed a drum module from ALM Busy Circuits called Taiso Daiko. There it is. It's a dual voice digital drum module, and each voice has its own unique pathways, so you can shape them and kind of play them off each other. Pretty clever. It does a lot in a small space. My music doesn't use drums, and so why do I have them? I treat drums like a kind of musical vacation for myself. Is sometimes I just kind of make beats and things that there's no way I will be critical of. Like, it's just music that's kind of fun for me, and then I move on. And my favorite thing for doing that for the past like 5 years is another module from the same company called Akemi's Taiko. So I got this to kind of pair with it and see if I can make a little kit, and I have. It's great. Very good for unorthodox, cute drum sounds. And I'm having a blast with it. So, best 2021, ALM Busy Circuits Taiso Daiko.
Hey there, I'm Ora. So, Perfect Circuit asked me to pick my favorite 2021 purchase, and it was hard because I love everything I have in my studio, but I decided to go with my most recent purchase, and it's gonna be the Make Noise Strega. So why do I love these things so much? First is a collaboration between Make Noise and Alessandro Cortini, that is one of my favorite artists. And second, I really love the concept behind this instrument. It's nothing like any other synth that I have, and it kind of forced me to have a constant dialogue with the machine and get out of it things that always blow my mind. So it became to me a sort of daily practice or ritual to sit down and record something out of the Strega. But let's hear something out of this thing.